Hey, what's going on? It's your boy back at you, another one. I want to talk about something that I find very interesting. And I noticed something about YouTube. I mean, this is going to be a positive video. I'm not wilding out anymore. But I noticed how black people get an attitude when I've heard like some white executives. I've heard white people say that. And I know this is going, I probably might lose some subscribers on this video. But what I don't understand about black people, like I've heard some white people. Now I know they're racist, which I don't dig white racism, especially with white people. But I've heard people say that from other races say that all black people can do is dribble a basketball or pick up a mic. I was thinking about that last night at work. And you know what I'm starting to really think? Is that true? Is that really true? That all we can do as black people is dribble a basketball or pick up a microphone. And you see that on YouTube all the time. That especially if you're a content creator, if you don't talk about, and I noticed something, if you do not talk about um, basketball related issues or topics, or if you don't talk about rappers, it's like nobody's interested. People get an attitude when you hear the shut up and dribble comment, right? But at the end of the day, that's all people want to hear. It's like what point I'm trying to make is that why is it that nobody wants to hear about nothing else? Nobody wants to hear about um, how to build credit. Nobody wants to hear about the Lord, which I talk about in some videos, and nobody makes comments. Nobody wants to talk about how to go to school, school loans. Nobody wants to talk about um, how to own a business. Nobody wants some people don't want to hear about how to fix relationships. I just don't understand you guys. And I've been saying this for years. Like, why is it that the average YouTuber can't talk about their topics without it just being just skipped over? Well, oh well, I don't want to hear that. It just doesn't make sense to me. You get an attitude when certain races say that all black people can do is dribble a basketball and pick up a mic. But it seems like that's all people want to hear. You know, it's like, and you notice how I've been more religious on my post because I'm learning now that without God, you can't do anything. And I'm not trying to be, I know some people are not religious, but God can help you. But a lot of folks don't want to hear that. It's just like, it's like you stuck on two things. And then you got these YouTubers out here every day arguing and fighting. And it's just like, do you see the gimmicks? Argue back and forth online like little kids. And it's just embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing the way these people are acting. Uh, One guy spent 10 hours talking about somebody. 10 hours? And it's like we can't talk about other topics sometimes. And I know somebody's out there hearing what I'm saying. Like, it's just the hypocrisy that when other races say that all black people can do is dribble a basketball and pick up a mic. But when you look at these social forums, we look at these social media forums, that's all people want to talk about. That if you don't talk about celebrities, if you don't talk about athletes, you're not getting that view. And to me, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we can't talk about other things sometimes. And I know I've been saying that for years. That it's a lady named Elizabeth Inman. She has a channel called Dream Big Today. Go subscribe to her. Sharon Ann, and some of her other people. They do like Bible studies. They try to enlighten people on the Bible, positive things, and it's just like they don't want to hear that. It's like it's just embarrassing. You know, she can barely get 300 subscribers, but somebody talking about an athlete, somebody talking about these singers, and it's embarrassing the way that I just really think that black people, it's really they make black people look bad on YouTube with the way that they behave. That you sit online arguing every day, talking about the same thing all the time. Do y'all get sick of that? And I know I'm all over the place, but it's just, that's why I don't really record like I used to. Because if it's just drama all the time, that these platforms, all they want to do is argue and argue and argue. And I used to do the same thing, and now I regret making those argument videos because now I make people mad. It's like you get mad when people talk about the stigma of all black people want to do is dribble a basketball and pick up a mic, but that's all people want to hear. To me, it just, I don't understand. Maybe I hope I'm not all over the place, but I just don't understand that you can't talk about something else sometimes. That things that can help you, nobody wants to hear it. And I just, I ain't gonna say it's frustrating, but it's very irritating. The same old thing. What's his name? I forgot his name. Lil J. I think his name is Lil J. No, Lil TJ. Polo G. Got in a fight. I mean, who cares, man? I mean, it just irritates me that we worry about these celebrities like Lil Baby or Da Baby. Why do we worry about these celebrities so much? Is that putting any money in your pocket? I know I made a video about this a while back, but we as black people, We worry about things that's not helping us. They argue about these basketball players, which I'm not doing no more videos about LeBron anymore. And I promise I'm not doing that no more. Because when you tell the truth about certain sports teams, people get mad. They get mad. And if you do not praise certain basketball players, they don't like you. And it just, I don't understand. I know I'm all over the place, but it's just, I don't understand why do y'all worship these players that you can't talk about something else sometimes. But then when you hear other races say, well, that's all they can talk about. But it's kind of true. And you wonder why we don't grow as a society, because we worry about nonsense, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you, and I know I'm gonna get back to the subject, but I'm just thinking out loud. I don't really watch the NBA anymore because it's just like, for what? These players don't want to. They don't want to play all the games. They don't want to put in the work. I just think a lot of these guys are just lazy. And to me, it's just very irritating. And it's just like, NBA really is a waste of time, man. To me, it's becoming a waste of time. Because guys, people pay thousands of dollars, and certain guys don't want to play, and it's just like, but these the athletes that y'all praise. Y'all treat these people like Jesus Christ. And it's just like, if you do not talk about certain sports, nobody watches. But things that around you, or things that can help you, it's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. Things that can positive, that's uplifting. Why do you guys like to look at these, you know who they are. All these guys do is fuss and argue every day. And it's a total embarrassment, man. They making black people look bad, man. It's embarrassing the way that these people are fighting and arguing. And the thing is, they know they not gonna fight. It's all talk. It's all a gimmick. Then you got former basketball. Think about this. You got former basketball players. I'm gonna get to my point in a second. I'm just talking, right? Former basketball players arguing with YouTubers every day. Man, how embarrassing is that? It's like, we as black people on YouTube, it's becoming embarrassing, man. It is embarrassing. And I know first thing they say, well, all he do is post with a black screen and do this and do this and do that. But why should I put in the effort? I could have went and got I get it. It's an Apple book that I want. It's $3,000-$4,000. But what I'm gonna buy after? And I heard my brother. Shout out to my brother. Love my brother. My second youngest brother. And he said, "Well, why don't you put any lighting? Why don't you do this?" But what I'm gonna spend $3,000 on a camera and a computer and the type of things that I'm talking about? Nobody listens. So why should I put in the effort? Because all we want to do is argue and fuss all the time. Fuss and argue every day. It's just embarrassing that black people on YouTube, it's becoming a minstrel show, man. It's that you're stuck to three things: dribble, beef, and basketball. Anything else, they just get swept under the rug. If you're, that's like, I look at these YouTubers, slowly but surely, that the positive YouTuber, he dies. The intelligent YouTuber, he dies. Because I just really believe that these people have no intelligence. Then when other races say that, then they get attitude. There's no need to get attitude when you're forced to talk about one thing or two things. You start to talk about worship athletes, worship celebrities. These celebrities don't care about you. And it's just totally embarrassing. It is completely looking like a minstrel show. The way these YouTubers every day arguing every day. And how they gonna do this to each other and do that. It's all talk. They're never gonna fight. Because they selling you that to get that view. By the time you're sitting around making useless videos, you could be out here trying to help someone. It just, they get attitudes, but that's all you want to hear is dribbling a basketball and beef and argue. And nobody's trying to learn anything. Anybody that has intelligent channel, I feel sorry for, because it's not going to grow. Because they don't want to hear that. Just argue all the time. Who won last night? And I'm going to do more like political videos. Because I'm going to start talking about things that's in the country, news. That's what I'm going to start doing. And I'm going to start it very soon. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a video tomorrow. I'm going to be showing you that I'm going to be straight. I'm going to get my room and stuff straight. We're going to have some political views. We're going to talk about like worldwide news. It's time to go get it. I ain't got time to sit around and argue every day about the same old thing. And it just never goes, it just never goes anywhere. That it's just like, y'all don't see it. That this generation is lazy. That everybody wants something easy. It's like nobody wants to work for nothing. So what they'll do is, okay, if I argue with somebody, then that's all they like that. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to keep arguing with people every day. But that's what these black YouTubers do. They just sit and argue all the time, and it's just becoming very annoying, man. It's very annoying, especially these T channels. Just annoying, man. It's just annoying. Just talking. It's just like, what's the point, man? What's really the point? If you're forced to talk about one or two things, and it's just like, I just want to make a video about it. That when white people say all they can do is dribble a basketball and pick up a mic, it's the truth. And I hate to say that, because if you don't talk about picking up a mic or dribbling a basketball, nobody watches you. Nobody cares. That worshiping, that these people are not God. And it's just like, that's just a trend that I see. But tell me what y'all think. I'm out.